Story time again, Langley Christian School. And with Posh the cat here, I thought I had to read you a cat story. A brand new story. This is actually Miss Ryla's book, and it's such a good cat story. It's by Judy Schachner, and she's also, she's written some other cat stories. Skippy, John, Jones are all her cat stories, but now she's got this one about Stretchy McHandsome. And you can see Stretchy McHandsome here has a green eye and a blue eye, but there are many other things that make Stretchy McHandsome special. So here we go, and it's a story in rhyme again. Stretchy McHandsome by Judy Schachner. The Handsome clan was lively and large. They lived in a box with no one in charge. There was Fergus, McDougall, Binny, and Roy, Rue, Jamie, Callie, and Joy. And then there was Stretchy, the butterscotch boy. And I think called butterscotch because of his color. Now, Stretchy was different in more ways than one. He was stretchy and handsome, a soft bundle of fun. The what? The drop and plop, the doodat, the tube sock, the Mr. Twister, and the Snaky. He was Tom of the Tumble Club, Lord of the Fleas, cuckoo on catnip, a hugger of trees. One eye was blue, the other was green, and around his dear neck hung a stinky sardine. A little heart-shaped nose. But it wasn't always easy to be baby of a brood of rough, tough, feral puffs, cantankerous and rude. There were many disagreements over food and where to sleep, and Stretchy always landed at the bottom of the heap. So was it any wonder that Sketchy hatched a plan to take a small vacation from the wild McHandsome clan? He says, I'm out of here. Someone's got a mouse, someone else has a mouse, someone else has a mouse, oh my. His brothers and his sisters all agreed that he should go, and gave him a good licking from his head down to his toe. And then after a tasty breakfast of fishy bones and rocks, our butterscotch boy sprang out of the family box. The first thing he did, which could be frightening to some, was dashing down the street like butterscotch lightning. He jumped into a fountain, splashed round and round, scratched 200 stretchy marks all over town. It's just everywhere. I love the way they show that. The freewheeling kitty made a stop at the zoo for an ear-splitting roar from a cousin or two. But the tigers thought Stretchy smelled just like dessert, so the butterscotch boy hid under a skirt. Until that is, he spotted a mouse which he chased down a path and into a house where a hungry old woman was most pleased with her guest, attempted to eat the sardine on his chest. Stretchy escaped with his tail all akimbo to soak up the sun in an old bookstore window. On the sidewalk outside, all squeezed in betweeny, stood a lass named McBride, a real sweet human beanie. She had unusual looks, wore the ears of a kitten, and around her wee neck hung a wild woolly mitten. And look at her eyes. When Beanie saw Stretchy, it was love at first sight. She raced into the store and squeezed the cat tight. She ruffled his whiskers and butterscotch fur. He replied with a nip and a lick and a purr. In a matter of minutes, the pair were both smitten. They traded two things, his sardine for her mitten. And then what came next was so utterly fetching. Without breathing a word, they both began stretching. A perfect match for each other. At the very same time, back at the box, McDougall found Stretchy's collection of rocks. It made them all wonder where Stretchy was at, 'cause it's scary out there for a wandering cat. Then every McHandsome handsomely hissed, as they set in search of the brother they now missed. Fergus found a tiny poop. Callie met the cousins. Binny spied a stretchy mark. Rue discovered dozens. McDougal met a tired mouse. Jamie made a wish when Roy and Joy picked up the scent of a very stinky fish. Whoops. A tiny bit later, a girl and a cat were riding a seesaw and having a chat. While 2 streets away, 8 noses were seen, sniffing the air for a stinky sardine. By late afternoon, the girl and her kitten had fallen asleep with a fish and a mitten. But when they awoke from taking their nap, Beanie McBright had 9 cats on her lap. There was Fergus McDougal, Binny and Roy, Rue, Jamie, Callie and Joy. And don't forget Stretchy, the butterscotch boy. Here's where the story gets so good. Now the McHandsome clan was still lively and large when they all took a vote to put Beanie in charge. So the brothers and sisters did something quite hard. They lugged their old box into Beanie's backyard. Now, here's the kicker. So don't flip your lids, because Beanie McBright was just one of 9 kids. There was Geordie, Tiny, Coco, and Earl, Quentin, Finny, Pickles, and Pearl, and don't forget Beanie, Stretchy's wild, woolly girl. And that is the end of the story. All the cats were welcomed into Beanie's house, and they all have somebody that loves them. And that is the story about Stretchy McHandsome. And I think you're going to love that.